Keeping in theme with the Surface Duo video I uploaded last week, I felt I should do another video of a Microsoft Surface product. This time, the Surface Pro 4 that I've been using for the last 4 years. I'd gotten so attached to my Surface Pro that it didn't feel right not to share everything I loved about my laptop. I recently switched to the MacBook Air 2020. If you want to see my impressions of the MacBook Air 2020, I'll leave a link down below. My name is Zishan with MZA. If you're new to my channel, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most reviews on YouTube are done after a week of usage. I'm giving a hands-on review after 4 years of usage, and I'm sure this will translate to newer Surface models as well. The Surface Pros were the pioneers of the 2-in-1 style that is so common now, and I feel like the Surface Duo and Surface Neo products are just an extension of what the Surface Pro started. In fact, this was so beautiful and unlike any other Windows device that was one of the main reasons why I switched from a MacBook. As you know, from a MacBook to a Windows, that says a lot. The Surface Pro 4 was thin, light, and portable. It never really looked like a laptop. It looked more like a notebook which I could just put into my bag and take it out whenever I needed. The kickstand took some time getting used to, and if I'm being honest, it was a pain trying to use the Surface Pro on my lap. Well, like a laptop. So most of the time I use the Surface Pro 4 on a table. It did hold neatly into place. I didn't feel like there was any flexibility in the kickstand, but of course it came with its limitations. When you try to make it stand upright at a 90-degree angle, the Surface would just fall flat on its face. It was nice to have a proper USB port rather than a USB-C port, plus a different port for the power connector meant that the USB was always available and I didn't need to buy an additional adapter. Another fun fact is that the adapter comes with an additional USB port, which I've used countless times when I've forgotten my phone charger. The power button is conveniently placed on top. In fact, I found it so convenient that I still try to wake my MacBook by searching for the power button on top of the screen. Unlike many tablet keyboards of the time, this one was backlit. After the MacBook Retina butterfly keyboard, switching to the Surface keyboard brought literal tears of joy to my eyes. It was a proper keyboard. Comfort, travel, and I liked the clicky sound as well. The trackpad was also decent size. It was responsive and had the multi-touch gestures that I'd gotten so used to with my MacBook. As far as the Surface Pen goes, I never really had any use for it unless I forced myself to incorporate it into my work. The battery life has of course gotten significantly worse. Unlike MacBooks, I find the Windows laptops lose the 7-hour battery life really quickly. This was also one of the first laptops I owned that had a camera face unlock feature. This is one of the most time-saving features I've used. Don't confuse the Surface series with a tablet. It's actually a laptop in tablet's clothing. In fact, during the last 4 years, I rarely found myself using it in tablet mode at all. And to be honest, I never really used the touchscreen either. That is why when Flickergate happened, turning the touchscreen driver off made no impact to my life. It just notified me that it's time to switch laptops. Now it wasn't just all rosy. The Surface Pro 4 had its set of issues as well. First of all, the battery life deteriorated quickly. Now it just gives me 1.5 hours of battery life. The keypad got really dirty really quickly and it's so hard to clean. In fact, I was never confident in cleaning it properly without ruining it forever. When I had a lot of work, had multiple tabs open, the Surface Pro would heat up and the fans all around would become really noisy. The flickering screen, of course, was the final nail in the coffin. After that, I felt like I'd pushed it too far and it was time to switch. Recently, I've switched over to the MacBook Air 2020. The reason I didn't upgrade to a newer Surface model was that I've always been half in, half out with both ecosystems. While that's made it easier for me to switch 1 or 2 products, like instead of going for the iPhone X, I went for the Galaxy S10. But it also didn't allow me to completely immerse myself into one ecosystem. So I've decided to go with Apple, starting with the MacBook Air 2020 and the iPhone 12 when it comes out in a few weeks. As far as the Surface Pro 4 goes, it was a great decision at the time and I had a lot of fun using it. Will I buy a Surface device again in the future? 100%. This was Zishan with MZA, saying goodbye to the Surface Pro. If you enjoyed my video, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next time.